Could you tell agents a little bit about your experience with the IULs so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love them. They are high intent. Obviously, it's leads at the end of the day. Sometimes you're going to get that one random person that knew what they were doing, but decided otherwise. So they pretend they have no idea what you're talking about. I maybe out of all the leads I've gotten in the last, I think like this is our third month doing it, maybe four. I think I got that maybe twice, which, it was like that. Other than that, they're pretty high intent and know exactly what I'm talking about because I know, and I even asked you, what's the lead process? They do get to watch a video. It's pretty informative. And then that way it's not like a random, I want to know more about this. Like usually they have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be talking about in the conversation.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then I know I get asked a lot too, just to follow up on that. When you are getting these clients on the phone, what is typically like that intro conversation? Like obviously most people who do these IULs and our infinite banking leads, they more freestyle it because it's a lot more natural conversation. But
Right.
if you could kind of like, what is that intro or any tips, even if it's not a specific intro, but like what for an agent that's like, hey, I really want to get into doing this. I've heard a lot about these IULs. What would you say in terms of like phone script or conversation that they should have going into it with these clients?
So I tell my agents the same thing, with IULs, they're so flexible to the point that you can do so much with them. You can't just have one script that will work for everybody. The sale is just going to be based on the client's needs. Everyone's different. Some people want it for infinite banking. Some people say retirement, some people just have money sitting there that they don't want to keep in the bank, especially after, the whole ordeal with the banks falling recently. But my intro script, I just use the information that I have. I'm like, hi, is this Trey? And then I'll be like, yes. I'm like, okay, great. My name is Nicole. I say my agency name, which is Meraki. I'm with Meraki Financial Solutions. We just got your information that you were interested because you provide some of, the details. You were interested in infinite banking and then you have a budget anywhere from $100 to $300. Is that correct? They'll say yes. Okay, perfect. So, because it's a lot of information, I want to make sure that I'm able to share my screen. When will be the best time to set up a Zoom call so I can show you all the illustrations and exactly what we're going to be talking about? And they'll give me a time and then we set up a Zoom. I share my screen, show them in a all the illustrations, and then they know exactly what I'm talking about to the point where I want to say, 98% of the people that I get on Zoom, I know for a fact, if they qualify and have the money, they're going to be a sale.
Okay, cool. So you are doing Zoom appointments. You're not doing one call close or anything like that, right?
No, not with these. And the reason why is because there's a little bit more money involved. And even in any sales, you guys know already, when people don't buy two things, either one, they can't afford it or qualify, or two, they're just confused. And this can be a lot of information. So if I'm telling them, yeah, by the time you're 65 years old, you're going to have this much money, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of information. So rather than doing like multiple calls, sending an illustration, because the second I send them an illustration, I'm giving someone a shopping list to go out to other agents or other carriers and compare. So I kind of want to be like, I am a broker. I do have experience doing this. I know what I'm talking about. I can look into different carriers if needed, but I want to be the one that's in control of that, not have them, now that they know the information, then go out there and try to solidify with someone else. So I want to be the person that they go to. And that's why I like to be super detailed about it.
Okay, that's good information. And